So come on, tougher opponents. Addy's got a little something for you.
Jenny is now the Bonbons of Steel.
The what?
Bonbons of Steel.
Isn't that a word for arse?
The good thing about this deck is it's never going to run out of steam. It's definitely going to be strong at the late game when the decisions are being made on who wins the game.
I will fight.
That is true. What it might end up doing, where I think its perhaps weakness is that I think it'll find it hard to get back onto a board that it's already lost. You know what? That's not a bad starting hand for my deck. Because we don't have a lot of early stuff.
You don't want to fish for, throw one of the 5s back and...
Yeah, no, definitely throw one of the 5s back. But
I was afraid you were going to keep all 4.
I could throw back...
Yeah, I'd throw back both 5s.
The problem is that we end up... Oh, yeah, that's better. That's good.
Yeah.
We can coin out a turn 3 Yeti, which would be nice.
But I was just saying the big game hunter is not something you'll be playing in the first few turns. You'll be saving that for later.
For when he plays his God card, I will hunt God. Mind if I roll mead? We can do diddly. There we go, have one of them.
Reporting for duty.
And the shaman plays...
Probably something with lightning that destroys your hand.
Ow. Is coin out the Yeti the right choice? I think so, because we've got another turn 4 card. He can't kill the Yeti with what's currently on the board. And even if he did, it would still go 2 for 1. So, yeah. Hello, Yeti! I'm big and blue with a beard, and my friends call me Beardo. That's a character from Sesame Street. Whose voice was that? The characters call me Beardo. Somewhere between Miss Piggy and Grover. Uh-oh. Ow! Well, it went 2 cards for 1, if not 2 minions for 1. Right, well, that somewhat screwed up that one, really, didn't it? Dark Iron Dwarf with nothing to buff is a little bit meh. Consecration would just enrage that, which would not be a satisfactory ending. Earthen Ring Farseer could restore health to me. That doesn't seem like the best use of her abilities.
Crusader?
So probably the Crusader, although we do then lose a mana.
Crusader, and then you got to take 2 hits.
Could, in theory, take out both minions if he slams into it twice. Uh-oh. Okay, so he took 3 damage to himself, and then if he wants to kill it... Oh!
Well, he's the opposite of that warlock we first played.
Yeah, he's just like, health? What health? Screw you, health. Silver Knight, I think. Because we don't need more cards. We're fine for cards. We need a strong minion on the board. Although, Azure Drake would then mean I could play Consecration next turn. That would kill both of them. But I think he'll kill off the Azure Drake.
Kill off the Azure Drake.
Squire, attend me. Job's done. Ready, sir.
So I mean this should at the very least give us something that we can buff. Buff like me. And like, need to think of more words. What else is Australia for? We could call Steve-O the bouncing card player. Oh crap. Ow, ow! What the hell's going on with this crazy massive self? He's hurting me, Hughes.
You don't have an ooze in this deck, do you?
No, I chose something else. Crap.
I wonder.
And that thing's got Wind Fury, so that in theory can do 8 damage to me next turn.
Plus another 4.
Plus 4, plus 2, plus 2. He's lethal.
Yeah, that's lethal. We do have a taunt. Won't survive.
We can consecrate. We can consecrate and restore 6 health and just go for survivability. Because that everything else, we still die.
Oh yeah, you do have the 6 health. I didn't see that. Yep.
I don't want to do it, and I don't like it.
Job's done.
But if we don't start getting back into this game soon, it's going to be irrelevant if I pulled that off or not.
This was always the risk with this deck, that if you get behind in the early game, you're going to have trouble.
But I think you persuaded me to take that health guard, and if we win this, I think that health guard's going to be
Yeah, that was the reason why we
game
took
changer.
it. That was the exact reason why we took it.
crap. That's a stealth. Annoyingly, I could kill that with Big Game Hunter, except it's stealth, so I can't. Right, he's now got 4, 8,
Oh, he's got a lethal.
15. So we have to taunt. So that has to go out.
I
To have
think
any
with
chance of
his
survival.
weapon, he's got 19 actually.
Thanks, Steve, you're helping.
I'm always
And
here
then
to help,
I think we
Heal yourself.
have to heal ourselves because nothing else really helps us. God, we're just playing the ever exciting "Can I survive another turn" game? How long till I get massacred? Go on then, kill me with that. And does he have enough? 7, 2, and 2.
11.
A spell? Bollocks. Ah! Wow. That was like an ultra aggressive shaman. That was like foaming at the mouth, claws out, like shaman. Wow. Well, we're not earning an addict gold for that one. That was painful.
Yeah, that went so fast, I'm not even sure where it got lost. Maybe it was in the deck, in the draw.
Our draw was slow, and we never really had anything on the board. He actually played well because he simultaneously went for our face and cleared our minions. It wasn't one of those ones where he was just like face.
But he was really aggressive with his weapon, though. I mean, that Doomhammer.
I will.
He got every point of damage out of Doomhammer he could.
Got a much better draw this time though.
Well, we have 2 cards that we can play before turn 3. Oh, well, that's not that.
Yeah, that's about it.
So, on the plus side, we get to put out
protects me.
an Argent Drake, and she gets to shoot it with a fireball, which is, these are good times.
The lesson from the last game, I think, is that you've got to get something out in that first turn. If you leave the board blank, then you give the advantage to the person going second because they play the coin. They get a big jump, which we can't afford to do with this deck.
He's going to ping me off, though.
Perhaps he'll forget.
What we really need is a 3-cost minion to draw here. Damn.
Reporting for duty.
On the plus side, True Silver Champion is a good card to have, so that'll help to control whatever he plays until we can get into the game properly. In fact, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's actually a perfect way of dealing with that. Although, actually, I could have Dark Iron Dwarf into that.
Justice.
That might actually be a mistake, because that would have given us 2 minions on the board rather than 1. God, I should always let the card get fully into hand before you start playing.
Okay, so where's the rewind on this Twitch stream?
Mulligan. It is Mulligan
Yes.
in golf, isn't it? When you redo something. I guess pinging that off. She's got 2 mana. Anything else coming out? crossbow. I think that's a mistake because whilst I'm frozen, the only purpose of freezing would be to be able for me not to use my weapon, but she's got nothing on the board, so what would I use the weapon on
either
anyway?
A, she's afraid you'll hit her in the face, or she just wanted to do 3 points of damage you for whatever reason.
Let's hope it's someone inept.
Well,
As my cat thrashes against the bathroom door.
it's Frodo.
Frodo has no mana left, and yet is stubbornly not pressing the end turn button.
Well
Hello?
met.
I'm sorry.
There we are. Azure Drake. Uses all of the mana, gives us a minion, and gives us a card. He's got quite a lot of cards. Oh dear, a good bashy berserker. Do we equality kill that? Because if we don't, she's going to fire blast it herself.
Yeah.
And kill the... Yeah, I think we have to, because she'll kill the Azure Drake if we don't.
Definitely, yeah. She will.
So it's a shame. Actually, the alternative is we slam the Azure Drake into it and we hit it with our thing, and then we keep the equality. Actually, maybe that's better.
You want to do it the other way around, though.
That'd be better because the Azure Drake will survive.
Oh, actually, no, it won't. Because if we hit him in the face...
Well, the question is, yeah, do you want to do 5 points of damage to your face or to release the
Move
wind?
quickly.
Crap.
Well, you better hurry.
For justice.
To my face.
I think that was the right play.
I mean, health is a resource. Like
Yes, it is, but you
like
have
said.
the Holy Light in your hand, so you know that you can give yourself another 6 health anytime you have 2 mana, so... It's not like you have no idea if you have more health coming or not.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Interesting. Could that frostbolt not have killed the Azure
Yeah,
Drake?
that was a mistake.
Strange choice. Okay, we've got 7 to play with here. I don't know. We can go. Hammer of Wrath obviously does 4 damage. That'll kill that. If we slam that into that, we lose the Azure Drake. But we would then protect both of these cards, which is a benefit. But if we go for a 4 cost, we then have no 3 to play. We could go 5 and 2. Restore the health to ourselves. We could actually put the health back on the Azure Drake, but it would only be 2.
Yeah, that
rather
seems
than
like
the full
a
6.
waste.
But it would mean we could exchange these 2 minions and survive. Then again, she could then ping it off, so maybe
it's a
not.
big deal.
Maybe then it's just time to go for Fatty.
I don't mind that play. Get something big on the board, and then trade.
I mean, she can polymorph, but I'd rather have her put out the polymorphs early.
Right.
And then probably exchange, because we have the other Azure Drake in hand for if we want the spell damage. And we don't want her, you know, rushing out fireballs and mirror images next turn. So kind of playing defensively here a little bit.
I'm never sure that playing an ogre is defensive.
It's a defensive ogre, he's a linebacker. There you go, an American reference, how's
How
that?
about that?
I don't know if I got it right, but...
That-
Drawing cards. You always know your deck's good when you start off by drawing stuff. Before you actually kind of go, what have I got to play? Right, so we've got 8 next turn. Annoyingly, we've still got... This is the problem with all these expensive minions, is that we can't actually play 2 minions until we get up to something... Oh, hello, that's not a good one for a mage. Ow, that's now within fireball range. Oh, Izzy! That was a little squeal from Izzy Bear there. We can put the Defender of Argus between the 2 and put that health back on. In fact, I like that idea.
And then you still have 4 if you want to play one or the other.
You could actually put Dark Iron Dwarf out and then put Argus out.
And make a more powerful Dark Iron Dwarf.
Right, because then...
Although then it makes all 3 of them taunt, so none of them are actually protected. My face is protected. Because what I'd quite like to be able to do is to slam the Kobold and slam the Sunwalker into the Kobold.
Well, you could.
Well, I suppose I don't have to. I suppose I could.
You could do
slam the
that
Ogre
too.
instead.
You could do that too, and then play the other 2.
Yeah, but if he buffs it up with the Defender, then the Sunwalker survives. That's what right? That's what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Let me think.
So I think we do it that way.
My shield for Argon.
So then he's protected from the fireball, and he survives the hit here.
Justice shall prevail.
Unless we want to do this with the Hammer of Wrath
You
on that.
don't have much time.
But you could do that too. Just go whack whack.
Justice shall prevail.
And then, whilst he can't ping any of them off. We lost the elimination card, but we did 1 extra damage basically than we needed to, but it completely clears them off the board. Oh god! Ow. I see what you did there, and I don't like it. Okay, well we've now got 5 and 4, so I would assume Azure Drake Dark Iron Dwarf would be the right choice here.
Yep.
Yep, that's what I'd be doing.
Let's get a card first. Stranglehold on target, I haven't got enough to play that anyway. So Dark Iron Dwarf. Oh, I'm sorry, did you flame strike me? Here's your receipt. Oh, that looked painful. Oh, you were very badly burned there. Oh, suffering. Okay, so we don't have any spell damage in hand at all.
I think the best thing about this is anything big that this mage plays, you've got Big Game Hunter and you're going to wipe it out straight away.
Flame Strike would be annoying at this point. A second Flame Strike would be annoying at this point.
Have they played? They've already played 1, haven't they?
They've played 1, so it'd be very unlikely for him to have a second, but it's possible, especially in Arena, almost anything's possible.
Yeah, but as time goes by, it seems less likely, because if they had a Flame Strike, I think they would have played it pretty quickly. Right, if they'd had it...
Well, unless he's pondering, because he'd only have 2 mana afterwards. Because the thing is, if he plays another Flame Strike, that sucks up most of his mana for this turn, and I do have 5 cards in hand, so he has to suspect that I have other minions.
Yeah, but you also have Leaf on the board, which is not something he can just ignore.
Well played.
This is true. Oh! He's
given up.
That possibly indicates a calculation that he cannot do it. I'll say thank you, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm never quite sure how to respond to those.
No, people tend to say it before either you win or they win.
Right, but sometimes...
Oh, yes!
There you go.
Huzzah. But
Huzzah.
I had the very satisfactory experience of having somebody say, well played to me, thinking they had won, clearing their minions off the board and killing them 2 turns later.
Nice. Nice.
It's like, yeah, and I only had 2 health that entire time, but it was like, guess what? I still have 2 health.
Yeah, you need to do a promo. I don't tend to say well played very much. Not out of a grumpy type way, but in a kind of a like, I think people sometimes use it patronisingly, like that guy that blatantly cheated last night said "well played" to me, and it's like, really, who? Which one of us did?
I think there's a bit of acceptance in the game that you say thank you if you're about to win, and if you're losing, you say well played.
Well, I'm
going to keep the Novice Engineer and the Consecration for a bit of control, especially with Hunter. He's likely to have a lot of low cost minions. Not so keen on the Holy Light again, but whatever. We have options at least. I tend to say thank you because if I win, if it's been a good game, I'd rather say thank you because it's been a good game. If I win, I'd rather just say thank you because, I appreciate the fact that I've got to win and it doesn't seem kind of patronising. And if I lose to a better deck, then I probably would say well played or just nothing. Because normally at that point you're busy going, you dirty little rat. Do I coin out the Novice Engineer? I'm not sure it's particularly
that
desperate.
seems desperate.
It doesn't seem to achieve anything, because most things he would play would probably have 2 health. And then I can't coin out Stormwind Knight or something later. So hello, not often you see a hunter in Arena. Laura says, she says, I play well played if she's in a good mood. Let's play the secret. What could he have? Freezing trap.
Explosive trap, snakes on a
I
plane.
hope you like my invention.
Oh, and snipe.
My tactic
Novice
when I
Engineer.
use Hunter and I'm playing a secret this early with an open board, it's the one that does 2 damage to all enemies.
The explosive
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, my board's probably pretty perfect for that, because then I'll just slam this guy into him, and then it'll set the trap off. At a very minimal cost to myself.
Yeah, so you're almost
You're
better
sure?
slamming him now before
Yeah.
you do any. Yep.
Trigger it.
Oh, it's a freezing
Interestingly,
trap.
freezing trap. So
Ooh.
I can actually get to play it again later. Okay, fine.
Yeah, because nothing like
Not
playing
gonna-
a 4-mana 1/1.
Time to put out the Yeti, I think. It's the strongest minion I've got there. There's no reason to charge one of the others.
Job's
I'm
done.
big and blue with a beard. Hunter. I do like sitting here with the big pile of cards. Makes me feel important. It's all to do with the ego. Ow. Oh, he's going to try and take it out. Is he? He's got no more mana. He can't kill it. So what was the point of that?
planning on
Unless he's
killing it with a
Stopping
golem. I
me.
don't know.
doing other things with it. Well, I can restore that 3 health back on. Would that be the right... Let's see what the options are here. We did have a consecration sitting around somewhere, didn't we? Which would not kill everything. Plus the golem's kind of annoying, isn't
Yes.
it? Because it... I think probably getting rid of the Imp Master would be good because of it's continued, because he might have, cards that buff minions. The only bad thing about the Earthen Ring Farseer at this point is that it doesn't use all of the 4 mana. But if we give him 2 extra damage, he can kill anything that's on the board anyway, so he doesn't need the 2 extra damage.
Right.
Alternative play might be the charge of the Stormwind Knight, but actually he's only 2 damage, so he can't
Kill
kill
anything,
The only thing he can
yeah.
kill would be the Imp, so what would be the point? So I do think we break the rule on that, give him the health back, and get rid of that.
Done.
So he's effectively spent a card and a minion there to do no damage to the Yeti. Oh, okay. Or now maybe 3 cards and maybe the Imp as well. So that Yeti has actually taken a colossal amount of his cards to deal with. So that's put us up massively. I approve. And now we have options. Okay. Well, the Stormwind Knight could charge into that, kill it, and then we can slam into there. It gives us 2 decent minions on the board, because this one's only got 1 health left. And I'd quite like to keep it alive, because Hunter doesn't have any... his steady shot only goes straight to my face, so he'd have to use... And he used a lot of specials taking down that
Yes,
Yeti.
he did.
So my guess would be he's mainly got minions in hand. What are your thoughts?
Well, you can still have that, what is it, split shot, where it shoots 2 of them at once.
That is true. But
yes, he has played an awful lot of specials so far.
For the king!
I'm gonna go for that because
Honor.
I'm kind of coming to the play that even if you've got a completely wrecked minion on the board, it's still a minion on the board, and the opponent still has to deal with it in some way. Interesting. And that didn't deal with it. Okay, so we need 2 to kill that. So I can slam the Stormwind Knight again. That one then goes 2 for 1, and we're still alive.
Yep.
We then got 6. We could play the Archmage, but I don't really see the point 'cause we don't need the spell damage at this juncture.
Or you could go 4 and 2 and draw a card.
What with the Dark Iron?
Mm.
Yeah, do some extra damage to the Hunter. Or is it better to have some extra spell damage on the board just in case he suddenly plays something that needs the extra consecration?
Let me think.
We're not desperate to get the extra damage on him at this point, are we? Okay, let's
Ready for this?
go for the Archmage.
Move quickly.
I don't really get why the Archmage is a cost 6 minion, if I'm honest.
I guess it's mostly the defense, but I wanted to point out your
Oh, God.
Oh, that's not a charming thing when you have no. Your previous opponent, Frodo, has joined us on the chat.
Oh, has he?
He said, "Nice game."
I shall respond. Hey, Frodo, thank you for the game. Yeah, we were discussing if you had that second flame strike, because that seemed to be the only thing that kind of got you out of that kind of thing. It was a good match, that one, then. Right, where are we up to here, then? So we've got 7 mana to play with. He can kill... Actually, no, he can't kill the Archmage, but he can kill anything that hasn't got up to 5 health. And most of our stuff hasn't got 5 health, but that... I don't think that's a reason to just stop playing. Although if we put the Tower and Warrior out, he'd have to chop that first. And I quite like that idea. Let's go for that.
My ancestors
Honor. Don't blink.
There we go. What you gonna do about that, Mr. Hunter? Which play of what? You can obviously talk to him, Hughes, through the mic if you would like.
No, I don't want to talk over you.
No, it's fine. He said risky play for me. Is he talking about this game, or is he talking about?
I wasn't sure at that point what he was responding to, since the 30-second lag and stuff like that. So.
Right, okay, so that's 5 health on that. We've got nothing to buff with. The consecration would work but nicely, but not. Hunter, we were expecting a big minion outpouring at some point. Don't want to let this thing go 2 for 1. Although interestingly, he used the stampeding cutter. Yeah, you can actually go 3 for 1 if it takes me 2 to kill this.
Let me think.
Maybe we go equality on it, but that seems like an overreaction.
It does feel like a bit of an overreaction when you've only got 1 minion on the other side of the board.
Unless this is an appropriate, let's go for the face time.
What have you got? You got 10 there. We'll get him down to 6. He's only got 3 attack on the board.
Honor.
Move quickly.
And you still have 8 mana to spend.
Maybe Boulder Fist and Novice.
I hope you like my invention.
Job done.
That should be a lethal next turn. I can't. He'd have to do. I mean, obviously, a Hunter can unleash the hounds. So we probably before we played all those minions, we probably should have gone. Hang on a minute. He might murder us. No, 12 Oswald. We're not on a delay anymore.
We're on the standard Twitch delay.
The standard little Twitch delay.
Me and Mr. Bite.
Frederick came to see off the game. Well, again, Frederick, I shall say thank you. It was nice to play you, and nice for you to pop in after the stream. So
Well played.
good to see you. Did that eliminate you from the arena, or was that? Did you have more matches to go? He just said well played, so I assume that means a lot of. Oh, my thank you didn't appear. There we are. Huzzah! Well, obviously, we need to say this fairly quietly, but we've just gone 4-1 with a deck that we weren't all that happy with.
That's right. Our initial reaction was this is a terrible deck and we're going to go 0-3. So 4-1 is a pretty good result.
It is. Without trying to blow any trumpets, we've definitely got better at this game. Definitely.
I think that you might have gotten better, but I think I'm still struggling in Arena. I just cannot formulate a deck that's competitive.
Well, you saw what we did there, and you're kind of seeing how we're playing. A lot of it seems to be about keeping control of that board at all costs, and only going for the face when either safe to do so or you're threatening lethal. I think you talked about rushing, didn't you? And I think rushing in Arena is very
risky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my problem, though, when I formulate a deck. The cards that I think that are good, because I like to be aggressive when I'm playing in the normal modes, and it backfires quite badly in the Arena.
Fight with honor.
It is different, because the thing is, Arena, oh, well, this is actually not a bad start for this little slow deck. Woo! Woo! How exciting! I'm excited. Right, sorry, I forgot what I was saying.
About rushing, because the Arena is a different experience than Constructed.
Yeah, to rush, you have to have in your deck, as far as I understand it these days, you have to have a lot of low-cost minions, and you have to have a lot of card draw, because by the time you start getting to turn... Oh, indeed. By the time you start getting to turn...
I hope you like my invention.
4... You know, if you start playing 2 minions a turn, you're going to run out of cards by turn 5 or 6. So unless you have those 2 things together, like loads of low-cost minions and lots of card draw, I think rushing fails, and that's why it's so hard to do in Arena, because you can't guarantee those 2 things.
You can't guarantee anything, I don't think, in Arena. It's just the luck of what they offer.
Right, you could luck into having a deck that's good for rushing, but you can't go into Arena saying, "Hey, I'll build a rush deck." I mean, even halfway through, you can't be assured. Oh, it looks like I can have a rush deck, but I need a couple more card draws, or I need some more low-cost minions. You know, you're never quite sure what you're going to get until you're done.
Oh, if you're sure.
Job's done.
Okay, I hammered of wrath that spell thing, Wild Pyromancer. I don't actually have a lot of experience fighting Wild Pyromancers. It's after you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all minions, including yourself, so it always feels a little bit suicidal.
It is. Because unless something happens, you only last 2 spells.
So maybe that was an overreaction on my part to hammer of wrath him, but
if you wanted to keep your minion on the board, you know.
Oh, if you're sure.
It gave you a card, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah. So
there's always you eliminated a minion, and you got a card. Alarmobot.
Whoa!
There's the Alarmobot.
Surely that was a mistake. No one takes that on purpose, surely.
You gonna take it out?
I don't know. I don't know, because it could harm him more than me. I mean, if it does something with a battle cry, the battle cry doesn't trigger. Right. On the other side, Ragnaros could pop out. Have I got anything that would kill Ragnaros if he did? Not really. I also can't kill this Yeti. I could punch the Yeti and then heal my health back up.
I'd be bouncing off the Alarmobot just to be safe, and then use your 5 mana.
Let me think.
But just looking at you, say for example, a Silverhand Knight popped out. It's less powerful because it came out with the. I don't know. I think it's so random. It could help me or it could help him, or neither.
My question is it worth taking the risk of letting it live?
Let me think.
I must move quickly.
We'll never know.
Probably not.
Squire, attend me.
ready, sir.
See, there's two ways of looking at it. A, you could say the player isn't going to play it unless there's some decent chance that some advantageous draw will come out of it.
But it's arena, so
Well, no.
he could have just been sitting there.
But the other thing is he could be throwing it out just merely as a mind game, saying, okay, I'm going to throw it out, and you'll, screw up trying to get rid of this thing, because all I got is a bunch of 1/1s anyway, So.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, is he going to try and ping that up? Wow, he's... Bloody mage. On the plus side, that thing's only got 1 health, so I can ping that off, but is that the best play? 6 mana to play with. I could then go 5 and 1, which might be a nice combo. To get something a bit more powerful out there. I think we have to remove the Yeti.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a waste to do it with Hammer of Wrath and stuff, so the only way to kill it other than a consecration, which again seems like a waste, is that. So that has to be move number 1. So 6 mana. So we could go Azure and Argent. We could go Stranglethorn and Argent, or we could go Earthen Ring and the Tauren. There's no real reason to taunt, so I think it has to be one of the 5 and 1s. So Argent's definitely going out. Are we with me so far on this?
Yep, I agree with that.
So Tiger or Azure?
Do you have any spells that'll get an advantage of having the Azure on the board?
Yeah, Hammer of Wrath and Consecration both would.
Probably
he can fireball off the Azure Drake.
Yeah, that'd be the play though.
But obviously that would cost him a fireball to do so, and it actually does two more damage than he might like. Interesting. Where's my Blood Knight? Where's my Blood Knight, dudes? And I know there's not one in the deck. That's not the point. Oh, hello. Something else is coming out. God, I just have all this mana. He's running out of cards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I think he's going to be top decking soon. Which is the mistake that I always make when I go into the arena, is that I play all my cards way too fast and run out of steam.
You got to cancel out the Divine Shields.
Yeah, but then how do we kill it? I mean, I could then True Silver Champion, and that leaves me with 3 left over.
Let me think.
That probably is the right play, because... But it's a waste of all the attack, because I only need 1 attack. I don't need 3.
I fight.
Wonder.
I must move quickly. May my ancestors for justice.
Okay, we'll do it that way.
Well, I thought you were going to go
Text
for
it.
base.
I went for it because it protects the... Because he can just kill the Tower and Warrior like that. And he probably can anyway, but it gives it more of a chance to do its job. Next turn we've got 8. He's just drawn a few more cards, that's a shame. I thought we were beginning to bleed him dry. Plus, we can restore our own personal health if we need to. It is an overkill. I wasn't happy with that. What play would you have done there?
Oh, no, I was thinking if you just left it as it was, what was that? The Crusader would have... It would have been an exchange with the Tauren. Just a straight-up exchange, so... But it worked out anyway, because you still have the Tauren on the board.
For justice. Bring it on.
8. It's a tiger. And we are in danger of a flame strike, so I think Scarlet Crusader, because it would survive that. Obviously, he can Fire Blast, but he can't. Actually, he could actually do both. Actually, he could.
Yeah, but that would be all he would be doing.
Yeah, and we still have a tiger in hand. He's drawn another card. He's got a very decent amount of card drawing here as well. Nasty. So now we have a fight on our hands. Okay, Hammer of Wrath does 3 damage. So we could go wham and then wham, and that would both of them would survive.
Mm-hmm. And you get a card.
And I get a card. So I think that's right there. So that hits that. That hits that. This one's got 4 health. I could hit the tiger. Obviously, it would lose its stealth, but it would remove the minion again. Are there any alternatives? Or I could go Dark Iron Dwarf, put that one up to 4, and that would actually enrage that at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Although he could then ping it off. He'll have to, but that'll slow him down if he does. But and then we get 5 damage to his face as well. 7 and 1. He's gonna have to ping that off. Shame we can't. Shame we could. That would be in a perfect time to have that holy heal thing. He's definitely going to ping that. It's actually 5 and 1, but you know, same difference. Oh, he's going to try and get it with a knife though first. Oh, there goes the Scarlet. Oh, he's desperate to get it with the knives. Oh, well, yeah, there he goes. God, knife juggler's annoying. Oh, hello, everything. He has 2 health. How tragic. Just, you know, putting it out there. Alright, wham. Wham. 6 to play with. We need to protect that one just in case. I think probably the Silverhand Knight is the way to go here. Although it would be vulnerable to a Flame Strike, but he's only got 1 card in hand, and if he had Flame Strike, he probably would have played it that turn. And we don't need to heal up here yet, so...
I mean, obviously there's risks.
Ready, sir.
I mean, if he Flame Strikes, everything dies. I mean, the other thing we could have done there is use the Earthen Ring Farseer to take the Tiger back up to 5, which would put it out of Flame Strike range.
Oh, wow. God. Wow.
Oh, no. That is a shame.
And that's why we brought the big game hunter for that exact reason.
That is a shame. Shall I restore the 6 health, or it doesn't really matter, really, does it? I'm just wondering whether to keep it.
Well, you don't have lethal on the board without it.
Okay. God, it's a good job we had that big game hunter, otherwise we just lost the game right there.
Squire,
wow.
How lucky do you have to be to get a Deathwing in arena?
He just enraged my own. Did you do that on purpose? Oh, well, that was close. That was close. That was as close as it gets there. Do you think you top decked that? He must have been sitting there smugly for the whole thing going, well, whatever happens.
I got Deathwing.
I've got Deathwing. That's probably the reason why he was up there at 4 and 1.